So, good afternoon, everybody. My name's Eric Hill from Assembly Software. We are here going to be showing the document management in Neos. So please, 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 I can't say again, ask questions. That's what that Q&A is there for. Also with me today is Pam Hodge and Raina from our tech team. So please, you've got a little bit of everybody from the training department, customer success department, to tech department. Ask those questions. That's what these sessions are here for, is to get as much out of this as possible. In saying that same thing, please let's stay on topic with document management and those things. Give me 1 second here. Minimize you. Bring you over here. And I'm just getting all of my stuff orientated and situated, and we're going to kick it up and get started. All right. So one of the first things we're going to talk about is your administrative setup. So when you start doing document creation, document form creation, and those things, templates, you've got to have those permissions and rights. So you want to go to Settings, Permission Groups, check your permission groups you're writing on. Under Case, Document tab, you want that enabled, can add, can modify, or delete. Again, if that's the settings you want. Can they see it? Can they create one? Can they modify one? And can they delete one? If you don't want them deleting anything out of the Documents tab, check it off. Also, that's in the Case tab. When we go to Directories, create documents and forms. Again, enabled, can add, can modify, can delete. And that's where your templates are coming into play, your forms. Out of that also, group special permissions, change the case folder, generate documents and forms, rename the case folder. With that being done, let's rock and roll. So when you first get into document management, there is no longer a need, like there was in Needles, to go in and create the folder for this case and this case number, and then create all of the subfolders for it. Once you create that case in Neos, it will actually create that case folder with that case name and file number. So it'll do that for you. It all goes back to SharePoint, so you don't have to do anything special. It is already done. It's there. So when you drop a document in and say it is a correspondence, it creates that correspondence folder. It creates that investigation folder, the demand folder, chronology folder, and on down the line. And saying about all of those different case types, or document types, sorry, you go to Settings, Document Types, and you can edit your document types here. You can turn them off or on, active or not active. If you want to create a new one, by all means, add a new one. Just note that I'm in our sales environment, so there's a lot of stuff that's in here that may not apply to you as a firm, but those items are available, like business card, like application, those things, chronology. And if you're not doing personal injury firm, you probably won't have a medical chronology or a chronology of what's going on, but those are there. Cool. So definitely want to set the case types or the document types up for your firm the way that the firm wants to see those documents when they're presented in a case. When we talk about documents, all documents can have 3 different levels of classification. You get your big one, which is your type. What type of main document is this? Yes, it's a correspondence. So what's the next category? When we look at type and category, those you can choose one item from. And then tags. Tags, you can choose as many of these as you want. And now you notice so you get the 3 classifications: document type, document category, and then document tags. Looking at your documents tab, there's actually 2 views. So when you see all of the documents here, you're like, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see that. You can change this view from list view to showing me the list to showing me my folder. So now I can see all of my documents folded up like they're all of my correspondence. Or my medicals. And again, I'm going to open this up just a little bit here so we can see all of those. Cool. To go back, I'm just clicking on the file number that's right next to medical, and it's taking me back to my master list of folders. Again, list view is going to show you everything, and at that point, I can choose the correspondence or pleadings or discovery or whatever it is up top, and then see those items. If I need more, I can hit the drop down and say I want to go to medical and just see medical. Same thing, just allows you to see those documents in the tab or the type that you've chosen. Cool. Any questions at all? I see the Q&A going off here to my right just a little bit, so I know they're getting answered, and Raina and Pam are both typing away. Hey, Diane.
Yeah. So 2 things, Eric. First
Yeah.
thing, let's go back to document types. Diane wants to know, are you limited to what's there? So if you could go back over adding.
Yep. I can always go here to add in the top right and just add what I want. I just want to make sure that it's active. Make sure it's active. Same thing when you're looking at those, you see the colors. When you're setting up that new document type, make sure you choose that label color of what you want it to be.
Okay. And then since we're here, before we move on, a couple
Yeah.
people are asking, what do you mean by tags? So if you could go into a little bit more detail, give them examples of different tags and how they are created, and if you can create them specific to a case.
Sure. So a couple things is what it is classification purposes. So it's a correspondence from client, but what correspondence is it? The first, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth. Is it an amended complaint? Is it an amended document? Is it a court filing? It's, again, one of those things that we can classify or put on that document. So when we come in to start drilling down or filtering, we can actually filter down and say, I want to see all of the documents that we said are our first set of whatever was done, our second set of whatever was done. Good?
So are the tags, document categories, and document types all linked to directories?
Yes. Where's my category?
They're all under many directories.
That's where I just had was at.
So yeah, many directory, document types.
Document categories is here. And again, I can do the exact same thing, just like our document type. I can add a category here, and it's going to give me that first one. Eek. Let me delete it. And then document tags. And again, I can add another one just like we did the others. Cool. Again, settings, many directories is where you're going to get your document categories and your tags. The only one that is outside is your big one in your document types. Cool. Any other questions about anything we've looked at so far?
Nope, you're good to go.
And again, that's why we want to set these things up. So when the staff comes in and starts bringing documents in, creating documents, doing these things, they can classify or identify these documents truly what they are and what they need to be. So it's easier to find them down the road in doing these things. Yay? Generating a new document. Generate documents. Of course, we want to have our templates together. Choose the template we want to use. Next. Choose our party. And again, when you're setting these templates up, it's going to ask different information that you want to identify in this screen. Because it's going to fill the letter in for you. And again, I can change that type here. And the category if I needed to. Generate. There it is. And now my document is there. And at that point, I can edit that document and do what I need to with it. One of the things that I absolutely love about this is, Pam, can you jump in that document with me? Is it allows us to work together. If you had Word Desktop and I had a document open, no one else could open it. You would get the, Eric has this document open, notify them, or make a read-only copy and save it for later. Where now, if I come in and say, and then Pam can get into that document. If you see PH right there, start extending that claim number for me, or just type something in there. Her and I are in the same document at the same time. I can close that document. She's still going to make adjustments and changes to it. Keep going a little bit and I'm going to open it back up. There it is. Hey, Pam. So in doing that, now that document is there and everybody can work on it. You can even see when she's deleting things or I'm adding things at the same time, live in real time. Before you couldn't do that. And that's what makes this great. And being in a cloud environment, you can have that availability. The one thing I do love more than anything else about that is, back up. I don't want that. I want this. If I click one time, I can actually see the history. Every time that document was generated and updated. So let's say I go back in and I make another adjustment. I can see all of the changes that have been done to it. And I can restore that one back to its original, or I can just open it. Cool.
So Eric, before you move on, I'm not quite sure what Kimberly's asking. She says, does that function also work if you open up the desktop Word app? I think she's talking about documents, whether you're
Raina's responding.
online.
And the thing is, I believe, and Raina, please stop me if I'm wrong here. you get the option or availability to open it on your desktop in the desktop app, and it makes that adjustment that will save back in because it's truly open in a cloud version of it. I don't know if you both can work on it at the same time. Raina, you would have better classification for that, I think.
All right, so with that, it will depend on where the file is stored. If you're accessing it through Neos and then you go into Word Online and you go to the editing button and open it up in the desktop, you will be able to open it up in the desktop version of Word, and you'll still be able to see that Pam's in there. So if you go ahead and click on Open in Desktop right now, go ahead and continue. Oh, that was continue here. So that's going to continue.
I don't want to do that.
Try again. It's all right.
Try again.
No. Let's see. Is Word opening on another screen?
Yes, it's open. I'm trying to give
You
it
can
a
close that
second. It's being difficult.
You're
Yeah.
all good. All right. Let's see. Did it open on the other screen? And can you drag it over to this one? Or?
Yes. Give me a second.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm just messing. I'm just giving you a hard time.
All
So
right.
again, you can still see that Pam's in there.
Yeah. So right
And
there
we're
where it
still
says
working.
hi, Eric. Sorry. I'll let you go. Sorry.
Pam, you want to type after that?
Sure. I was answering a question, so give me a second. I'm back.
So, hey, John Wilson, I didn't see how you connect with another person to work on the document at the same time. I'll show you again here in just a second. So Pam's doing it again, even on my desktop version, because there's my cloud version. Here's my desktop version. As you can see, I have Word open. So yes, it will do it, and you can collaborate as long as the item is opened in Neo, so it knows where to reflect back to. If you notice, even in my cloud version is now updated also. So John, as long as you both go to the same case and go to the same document, you can just click on it one time and it's going to open it. You both can work on it at that point. There's no real special trigger or anything you have to do to make that work. It just is going to work because you're both opening that same document in the same case. Cool. Barbara, can we add email delivery receipt when emailing documents in Neos? We're going to talk about emailing in just a second, and I will cover that. I'm going to leave your question on the board just so we can cover it once we get to the emailing part. Yes. Good. Uploading a document. The quickest, easiest way to upload a document is to grab your documents and you can drag and drop. I could say that depot detail is going to be a deposition. The Mardi Gras picture is just going to be a photo. And accessing the accounting tab will be closing. Save. It is now saving all three of those documents for me. Once I get those 3 blue check marks, that tells me those 3 documents have been added to that case for me. Cool. Diane, quick question. Can you remind me of Diane Lundbeck asked, can you remind me the file size limit is for drag and drop? I don't believe there is one. Just please note, if you're dragging a 20 gig document over, it's going to take time, just like it would if you were dragging and dropping it or downloading a 20 gig document or anything that size. Just note that it's at the limitations of what your internet speed is. Cool. And I know we've got a lot of
Yeah, so
questions
Eric, if you want to
going.
go to emailing documents and talk
Yeah.
about all that, because we have like 5 or 6 questions about uploading documents from an email and
Sure.
all other things. So all that's
So
going to
we're
be
going to transition from document creation and document dropping into actually emailing. I can click on the ellipses, go to email, and email that document. Again, I can send them the PDF, the original document as the Word, or a link to that document. Put it in there. If you have return receipts turned on, your email delivery receipts, Barbara, your question. If you have delivery receipts turned on in Outlook, you will get that delivery receipt. Note that your question for email delivery receipt when emailing documents in Neos is actually going to Outlook. So that function has to be turned on in Outlook for that to work. Cool. I can change the subject or whatever I want to do here and then send it off. I can add more documents if I want to add more attachments. And just as a heads up, we have a big release coming tonight. In that big release, notice over here on the right, I don't have a CC or BCC on anybody. It's getting released tonight. So in the morning, you will see BCC and CC here as options for you to choose, and it'll hit the drop down. You can then choose who you're CCing or BCCing on it. Cool. Send it off. Devin's probably going to be like, why are you sending me emails? And it's gone. Questions? Concerns? I see there's a lot, but I'm going to keep moving.
Yeah, keep moving, Eric.
So when I get documents that come in, I can click on my Neos, add in, tag email, and it may require me to log in. That's okay. I can do it. And then it's asking me, where do I want to send this? And I'm going to say it's Devin Hill's case. 200362 is the case that I'm in. I can click it, include attachments. I can say that approving time is a form document. I can then choose the type, the category, and then I can select what type of email is this. Tag. If you notice, I don't have the red Neos button. Now I have the red Neos button to tell me that that email has gone into Neos. Now when I come into Neos, I can go to the email tab. And there's my email from Pam. And approving time entries. When I go to case docs, approving time entries is there as the form because that's the category or the type that I put on it. Cool.
Okay, Eric, before you move on, we're getting a lot of questions. So I'm going to kind of combine, well, not kind of, I'm going to combine like 4 questions into one pack for you.
Let's go.
Okay, please upload 4 or 5 documents to this case at one time and show them how they can update like the dates and all that information as you're uploading them.
That's what I had done earlier, but I'll do it again. I can take those documents, drag, drop. Right here, I can do all of the name, document type, categories, tags. I can check a name and do it all at one time. So if they're all correspondence, demand liability, our second request, apply, it'll apply all of that to those.
Okay. Next, is there a way to edit the date for a whole bunch of cases? I mean, a whole bunch of documents. So if you were select for the top and you wanted to change the document date, how can we do that?
Hey, come on.
So what Eric did is he selected the documents. He's going to bulk actions, hitting edit. He's choosing the field, the document date, or whatever it is, and then changing it there.
And I'm just going to change it back to, I don't want to change it too far because what it's going to do is it's going to throw them all away.
Right.
I'll change them to June 1st. That way they'll stay somewhat close, then I can still see them. And now you see them all at June 1st. Does that help? Hopefully that answers that question. Whoop, whoop. Yay?
So back to the question about uploading large documents. So
Yes.
the best way to do that. So we have a couple of people asking the best way to upload imaging. Can you show them how to open up in SharePoint and drop them there and then sync back?
No, sure I can. And here's the one thing, when I saw the imaging question and I was going to talk about it. What's the best way to upload medical imaging? To me, if you're doing that medical imaging in your record request, you're going to have that provider already there. Upload it here because it's going to write to the case docs anyway. But what Pam is saying is if you click on the ellipses in the case docs tab or in the records request tab, you can open in SharePoint. And it's going to open your SharePoint drive for that case. Then I can go down to medical or whatever I was after and drag and drop that document in. Once I'm done, then I will just want to sync it. Once it's done there, you can sync with SharePoint. So Neos is updated. Pam, I hope that's what you wanted.
Yep, exactly. So if you can go back over and do the email, talk about emails, how to email multiple documents. We have a couple of people asking the same questions. And if you can talk about, you know, different things with emailing directly out of Neos, but also go into Outlook and show them how to tag emails and it comes to the documents, case docs folders.
So I selected them just like I did when I wanted to change the date. And I'm just selecting email. It's going to open that email window with those documents. And again, if I needed to add more, that's what the add attachment is there for. Bye-bye. Let me go down and get a couple of these guys toward the bottom, which I know we haven't messed with. Yay? Who are they going to? PDFs, originals, or links, whatever I wanted to do. Yay?
Okay. So as you're doing that is one of the questions with their emails, does it automatically add your email signature?
100%, because the thing is, we're so intertwined or integrated with Outlook. That's why you have to have Office 365 to make Neos work, because it is still using, just like I had gone out to Outlook, created a new email, attached those documents. Once it's doing that, it's sending it just like you had done it from your Outlook. That's why these integrations are so important to have, so it can do those functions for you. Angie Mayer, is there a way to do that with multiple cases at the same time? Are you talking about upload documents? I'm hoping that's what it is. You can use the DocuFiler, or we're working toward getting that done to where we can file multiple documents in multiple cases at the same time. I'm just gonna keep going. So out of that, we also have an integration with DocuSign. At any point, we can click on the ellipsis like we've done before, send a DocuSign. Who's gonna sign for it? Well, Devin is. I'm gonna make Devin do everything today. Subject, please fill out and send back. Send a DocuSign. It's gonna open up in DocuSign. And again, I see the document. I can add different items in there. If I wanted to say, you know what, I'm gonna add a signature block right here for Devin, I can still send it. Document sent successfully. Yay. Another thing coming out of this is duplicating documents. I can always click the ellipses. Again, that's where you're getting a lot of your options. That ellipses button there, that I can download this document, duplicate this document, copy it to another case, and move to another case. Please, everyone, understand the difference in copy and move. Also, one of the things that we have in our Neos Premium is the PDF editor. This allows us to click here again on the ellipses, go to our PDF editor, and I can edit this template or this document. Notice this PDF is, holy cowabunga, 19 pages. Of course, I probably shouldn't have picked that one, but I can add a document and say I want to do the request for medical records. Add it. Now that 19 pages has now turned into 22 pages, and I can take this top page and drag it up to the top and make it my page 1. Now it's my page 1. And again, if there's something that comes in here and I'm going to send this to the other side, I can go to redactions and say, I don't want them to see this. I don't want that there. Clear. I don't want them to see this whole paragraph. And I can redact, and it's going to redact it. I can also come up and do your bait stamp information. And again, this is our PDF editor. If you're in the Neos Premium, you're getting the PDF editor, and you're also getting the OCR component that comes into Neos. For those that OCR stands for Object Character Recognition, which means it will take your documents and make them all word searchable. So even if it's a PDF, it'll make them word searchable. But you're like, Eric, that's great. But what if I want to find a document and I can't remember the case I did it in? I can't remember the name of the document, but I know I said X in that document. If you have Premium, you can have the OCR is turned on and running. You can go to Browse Documents right here and search whatever word you're looking for. And then you could say, you know what? I just want to see pleadings that have that word or whatever else I wanted to add. Cool. All right, Pam, any other hot button issues?
There's lots of questions. Hold on.
There's always lots of questions.
Yes. So a couple of the questions are, when you're uploading documents from an email, is there a way to upload the documents if there's more than one? And is there a way to rename the document as you're uploading it to Neos?
So when the document comes in or the email comes in with the template, Neos, tag, tell it where you want it to go. Notice it's already found Pamela, and notice that she's in these cases because it came from her. I can choose a case. If I include attachments, it would include this box for every single attachment that's there. So if there's 10 of them, there's going to be a line here. It's going to be a minute. And you're going to be able to set each one of those up individually. Again, we want to classify that the include attachments invoice is showing you the invoice. Below that, you still have to classify that email as to what type of email, what is it? Cool.
Yeah. So there is one question somebody asked, what if the picture is embedded in the body of the email? You would have to pull that.
Yeah, you would have to
Picture
pull
out.
that email out or pull that attachment out and then move it. Save it as its own little thing, unfortunately. Cool. Anything else?
Okay, what else stuff do you have to go over with everybody, Eric? So we do want to leave Raina some time at the end, but we do want to give everybody a sneak peek to what's
Oh,
coming
mute Pam,
tomorrow.
mute Pam.
So if
One-
we so if we're at that point, we can let Raina go over the self-service portal, and then we'll end our webinar with a sneak peek to what's coming tomorrow.
I can cover it. I was just giving you a hard time because you're coming in with it. I love it.
Ah, well, no, yeah, you can do the sneak peek.
Okay, so our Neos AI that is rolling out tonight into tomorrow will allow you to use AI. So when I click one time on this document, notice the document summary is blank. It's not saying anything. If I were to come to this document, generate a summary using AI, it's going to generate that summary for me. So for those of you that are used to reading medical records or seeing documents and seeing these things, wanting to know the meat and potatoes of the document, rather than having to sit there and read through everything, this does that for you and gives you a quick little synopsis right there up front. Aye. One of the questions that comes up is Kelly Schneider asked, can you rename a previously created document? Unequivocally. Click one time. The document name is right there. It's probably a lot because I did AI on it. You can also double click and change it there too if you wanted to. There it is. You can always rename. All right.
All right, Miss Raina.
I'm here. Hello. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and Eric, is it all right if I share my screen?
Tear it up.
All right, give me one moment.
Uno momento.
Thank you, por favor. All right. So here we go. This is Neos, and what I wanted to show you guys is the self-service portal. Wherever you, and as you all know by now, if you just go and click on the question mark in the upper right-hand corner, it will take you to our support portal. However, now we are doing some of the legwork for you, where we are actually pulling in the most frequently viewed articles based on where you are in Neo. So right now I'm on my dashboards, but we were talking about documents, right? So let's go over to the Browse Documents section, and I'm going to click up in the question mark again. This is showing that little pop-out window where you can still access the support portal that you have all, grown to, to love, hopefully, maybe. And then but it also shows you the knowledge base articles associated with wherever you are in Neos right now. So right here, you can see there's Browse Documents. If we click on that, it opens up in a new tab on your browser, and it will pull up that particular document. However, if this isn't the right one and you want to look at some more, you do have the option to go ahead and click on the carrots over on the left and navigate through the self-service, the articles, our knowledge base articles, using that tree that drop down on the side. But whenever you're done with this article, you can go back to the other tab. We can click on the question mark again, and it also shows you video tutorials. So if I go ahead and click on this, it will open up in that same window that it opened up earlier, and you can go ahead and watch the video from our Learning Hub. And then obviously, of course, if you're still not finding what you want, you can go back to the self-service portal, and it's the same one as always. There's the new pane over in the right, frequently asked questions. You can search knowledge base articles up here. You have access to everything like you did before. And then of course, you can also always reach out to get support from our amazing, wonderfully talented support team. I believe that is everything. Just for those who might be curious, we actually rolled this out in the beginning of last month, so you may have already gotten a little bit familiar with it. But yeah, if there's any questions, feel free to reach out to us. We are always happy to assist further. And I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen now. Thank you guys very much for your time.
Mr. We got lots of questions about hiding documents.
I'm going through as many of them as
DocuSign. All right, so we're going to take this piece by piece, Eric. DocuSign. If you're using DocuSign, does both parties need to have DocuSign, or is it just the sender?
Just the sender. What happens is, of course, once the recipient gets the email, they're going to, hey, sign up for a DocuSign account. Only if they want to. They can still go past that sign up area, sign that document, still going to come back and still going to go into the system.
Okay. So we're going to, all right. So now with the PDF editor, we got a lot of questions about PDF editor and stuff like that. So we're going to combine these next couple of questions together. They say if they're using the PDF editor, how do they only see documents that are associated with that case? And a couple of people are saying, hey, how do you use the PDF editor? So if you can go over working with a PDF document, in this case, using the PDF editor, and I think that's going to take about 5 or 6 of those questions away.
So again, I can click on the ellipses here. Let me try. Eek. Oh, poop. Sorry, gang. Here I can PDF editor and edit it. If I need to annotate text, shapes, redact, insert, edit, fill and sign, all of those things, options are there and available. What else was it, Pam?
Can you show them how to add in bait stamps?
Yes. So I can go here and say edit bait stamp information, and I'm just going to say for attorneys only. Header, footer, starting on page 1, case name, and that's what it's going to look like, the preview there. Once I do that, if you notice at the bottom, it is showing that information. Mark Brown, does PDF editor upgrade include OCR of all documents? Yes. If you go to premium, OCR is everything that comes in. Granted, if it's an image, it's going to try, but it can't disseminate words in an image. But if it's a PDF document, it's definitely going to try to read it out for you. Good. PDF editor, Lorraine said PDF editor is using Foxit. No, we're actually using our integrated PDF editor in the system, not Foxit. So you wouldn't need Foxit anymore. Kelly Snyder said, rename old document already loaded onto Neos. Sure. You can always click one time. And again, notice I didn't click on the document because it'll open it. And I can go here and say, there it did. It changed it. Lorraine asked again, is there a way of tagging multiple emails in one case, or do they have to be tagged individual? Oh, Pam, you're answering it. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let her know that's something that's being worked on for our product.
We are working on it. With the Neos PDF editor, can you remove metadata? Raina, I think that's a great question. Well, all right, Pam, you're answering it. Pam,
No, I'm not in that one. I just said that you were answering it live.
Oh, I was gonna, and Raina left. Raina's still here.
Yeah, Raina's was there.
Raina, with the PDF editor, can we remove metadata?
I am not 100% certain.
I agree with that. I'm in the same boat. I'm in agreement with it. I don't know if we can remove metadata from it.
Yeah, our OCR from the PDF editor does not remove any metadata.
Okay, so there we go.
So if you're wanting to scrub your PDFs before you send them out, you can look into SharePoint scrubbing that before it's sent out, or you can scrub it before you email it out.
There we go.
Lorraine's asking, you can't change the name, right? I don't know what she's talking about.
The name of the document, yes, I totally changed that first PDF that's there. If you want me to change the second one, I'm going to change the second one. Right there in the name, request for records and bills. Academy 6-4. Nah, knew it was not going to like it.
Is it a character limit potentially?
Yeah, it didn't like the slash. I put the slash in for 6/4.
Yeah.
So I just took the slash out. I know it. Sometimes it doesn't like it.
Yep. And then Eric, when you're in the PDF editor, can you show them how they can rotate a document once they open it through the PDF, and they want to rotate the document, they want to crop it?
You get all of these different options here, and they're all woo, 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 woo. Just note that once you've made that adjustment or change, you're going to save that document or save it as a brand new document. Cool. One of the questions is, Michelle asked, what is the best way to tag exhibits to Discovery? So one of the things that you send Discovery out with exhibits, we want to use that related that's here. So when we have a document, and I'm just going to use this client, the Academy Insurance Adjuster, I can click that plus, and then I can relate all of these documents, exhibits, to that demand we're sending. So it doesn't matter if it's 1 or 5. Add that relationship. So now when I look at this document, it says I have 5 related documents that are associated to it. If I click on the 5, it'll show me the primary and then all of its associations. Same thing if I scroll up, those 5 associated and they're related, there's not a plus anymore because it's got that circle with a hyphen in the middle. That's letting you know that it's associated to a document. If you click on it, it will open up the same screen. That's the primary, and these are all the things associated. So I'm hoping that will answer that question. Anonymous, can you go over how to upload large files, example, video and pictures? Same thing before, you can drag and drop onto the case that you want it to be in the Case Docs tab. And again, it's going to bring up that screen to where you can number them, or rename them. You can also associate a type and a category to them. You can also do that in bulk. So if you were to say associate, and I'm just going to grab a couple of these real quick, drag, drop, it's going to bring one up for all of them. I can select all. It's going to be chronology, accident, apply, and there it goes. And of course, it's giving me an error code because I had one of them open. But yes, it will add them. So hopefully, Mark or Anonymous, that will help. I answered that for Michelle, how to tag exhibits to discovery. When
So
Anonymous,
so Tracy is asking about, is the PDF editor available for everybody? No, it's just for premium.
just for premium. Sorry, yes. Anonymous said, when you not just drag the file from where it is. Yes, that's what I did, is I drug it from where it was. From the folder where it was. I just literally drug it from where it was at. Okay. Is it Hanel Fernandez? If we want to generate a new template document, do we do this through the document tab or settings? Okay. If you're wanting to generate a document, that is through the documents tab. If you're wanting to create a template, that would go through the settings, templates, and then you would create it there. Hopefully that helps. Monique, is there a way to save an email directly to Case Docs, or does it automatically save it to Neos? Emails will always be saved to the Notes tab in emails, not in the Documents tab. Stacy, are you able to have AI pick up what you want it to narrate from on the documents? Examples, injuries.
Yeah, so Eric, I'm giving a blanketed anybody who's asking about the AI stuff, because we're having a separate webinar and all that's going on.
Next,
we were
next
giving
month.
them a sneak peek. So anybody that's asking AI questions, you'll get all that information.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. And I see we still have 24 questions.
Yeah. Let's see.
Edgar, can you provide me with the Q&A transcript if possible? Some of these are very helpful. I believe so, Edgar. I believe they're going to send that out. If not, when Alessandra sends you the transcript from this academy, by all means, reply and tell them you would like to have a copy of the Q&A also. So you can try to line it up with the video also. John Wilson. Is this the John Wilson I know from Tacoma? I hope so. But how do you keep the original? If you're going to edit it, do you just duplicate and create the new one? Okay, so I assume you're talking about PDFs. So when you're doing the PDF editor and you're editing or doing what you need to do, you can save as and save it as a new document rather than just saving it as the original document. Save as, you would save it as a new document, give it a new name, and all of those things there. Anita asked, how do you change the heading name of a case when you're already changed the name of the party, but it didn't update the heading? For example, if you want to change the heading, oh, sure. So, Devin Hill, and I can go to case right here on the right-hand side where it says case name. Why won't you let me say the case name, sir? Maybe one already.
One thing I wanted to suggest is if you go to the party and you change the party name, and it's still not updating the case name in the header, try to refresh the page and see if it will refresh it for you. So like if you made a change to Mr. Devin Hill and then, yeah, let's see. All right, can you go to the case tab? You took the M out, the middle initial, right?
No, I added junior.
Oh, okay. Because I was looking at the header and it says there's still an M there.
Yeah, that's in the case name.
Yeah. So if you go here and then you edit that when it gives you an error, what I would try to do is try to clear cache and see if maybe that helps. If it's persisting, you can always reach out to support and we can look into it with you further.
Yes.
Hey, Eric, we're right at the top of the hour.
Woo! I still have 40 questions to go.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions. There's 23 open questions. So anybody we did not get answered on this webinar, somebody will either reach out to you or somebody from our support team will reach out to you guys to answer your questions.
Get those taken care of. Again, as always, I can't thank everybody enough. I sincerely appreciate all of the people. I looked up at one time, there was 156 people, and I know there was probably more during that. But this is what lets us know that we're doing it right, that we've got this many people asking this many questions and wanting to know more about it. That's why we love doing these things. And absolutely, I can't have enough fun working with Pam and Raina. You guys are the best, and thank you enough. I can't thank you enough. Thank you, everyone, for attending, and we will break off from here. I'm going to leave this up just for a minute, and then we're going to close the webinar. Thanks again, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of the week.